Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 98th episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. We are getting dangerously close.
It's concerning.
Episode 100, considering we filmed virtually nothing so far.
Yeah, we are way behind.
Here we talk about movies, TV shows, a bunch of nonsense. My name is Benedict. With me, as always, is my friend, co-host, and in-person buddy.
Woo!
He's right here. I can touch him. I can punch him.
I can lick him. I can
eat his wife. No. Because people definitely don't listen to the end of the pod, so that inside joke will not carry for anyone who's listening to this.
This is actually a brilliant marketing thing you're doing.
True,
here.
yeah. Go
so
back.
if you want to get that brilliant joke you just said, go back and watch the full pod.
If you want to get that joke that definitely isn't a weird, concerning threat that Freddie just leveled at me, listen to the other pod. Anyway, we're back in person for how many episodes? I don't know. It kind of comes and goes, but we are back together for now. Thank God.
Probably for a few episodes now in person.
Let's say. And hopefully we can pre-record some, and then we'll be separate again. But hopefully the internet will be better. So good stuff. Put it right there. Fist bump. Let's go. A couple things to say up top. Firstly, I mean, I guess you couldn't really be enjoying the pod so far, but if you do enjoy the pod, hit subscribe, like the video, leave a comment on your thoughts on what we talk about. If you're on iTunes, leave a rating.
Helps feed the kids.
Yeah. 5 stars on iTunes, on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, whatever it is.
4 stars if you have to.
I mean, we probably deserve it.
Please 5.
Yeah, if you could. And I also want to say a little announcement before we jump into the topic. Episode 100 will be a week delayed, I guess, from when you would expect it. So I can't remember. I think it was going to come out September 3rd. We're going to put it out on September 10th. So there will be a week with no pod, but then the week after that, it's episode 100. It's going to be
it's going to be worth it.
Great episode. It's going to be really fun. We're going to do a little premiere thing, I think. That'll be fun. But yeah, we're going to skip a week for episode 100. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about the most annoying movie characters.
Brilliant.
And I have a huge list here that we'll run through, but if you can think of any on the spot...
Yeah, I'll just throw them in there.
But so these are the characters that irritate you in a sense more than
they're meant
what's intended. So if it's a character who, for example, I don't know why this was the one I thought of, but in Zombieland 2, there's a character who's extremely annoying.
Oh, right. Yeah, the
girl. But she's meant to be. And kind of also maybe like a Kelly Kapoor in The Office. Like their character is supposed to be annoying.
And they do it well.
Yeah. This is characters that annoy you in films that are not meant to. And even if some of them might be, but it's like to a different extent than they are.
Okay.
So, this is a really negative episode. This is, we could have said like, but maybe they're supposed to be. No. We hate them.
These are characters that are bad beyond what they're supposed to be bad at. It's,
no, sorry, we're horrible. Well, I mean, the first one I have here is kind of, is a bit harsh, because I kind of like this one a little bit.
It's a bit going against everything this episode is about, because I really love this performance.
But I also did, as soon as I sat down to make this was the first one I thought of, so I had to put it in.
Okay.
Ezra Miller's The Flash.
All right. Weird guy.
And I mean specifically in the Joss Whedon version. In the Zack Snyder version, he still has some of it, but he's a bit better and more like fun and feels more like a character.
All right.
Whereas in the Joss Whedon version, he feels more
like Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
Which is not something you want to feel like.
No, he feels more like a guy who's written to be goofy. Like he doesn't feel like an actually goofy character. He feels like someone's like, okay, what would a goofy person say? I don't like brunch. Boo.
Bazoinkers. I don't like
gorsh.
I don't like brunch gorsh.
And he has these quips and one-liners that are like,
they don't work all the time.
No, and I don't think he's horrible.
I don't have French.
That's more
stop right there. I mean,
why do you know every Ezra line?
That's the only ones I know.
when Superman comes back and he's like, oh my God, it's like Pet Cemetery. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I screamed at the cinema screen.
You threw your popcorn at the cinema screen.
And I took off my shoe and I hit the person in front of me just out of rage. I don't know. Yeah, again, he's not I guess we start with like kind of lower level and then we work our way into the more annoying ones. But he's not awful and he has some fun moments. Like
but he's certainly not great.
No, yeah, his character isn't defined by that. Like he also has like his.
He's also fast, I guess.
I guess some kind of power, I suppose.
I think he might be able to outrun Usain Bolt, maybe.
Perhaps on a good day.
Yeah, on a good day.
But yeah, he definitely had moments where I was like, "Please be quiet."
Bruh.
Yeah, that's also after I hit the guy with my shoe, I just yelled, "Bruh."
Bruh Ezra. Ezra.
And then the movie stopped. They were like, you make a good point.
You know what? You're right.
And we'll make a Zack Snyder version just because of this.
The hero we all needed right here.
Well, then one I know you can relate to and agree with. The...
So annoying.
I was about to say the monster in A Quiet Place. The real monster, one might say. The kids, especially the daughter. And I've done a double one here. Also the daughter in Jack Reacher 2.
Is she also the daughter in Jack?
No, but I'm saying like two annoying daughters I put together.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
So, the kids in A Quiet Place 2, especially in 2, maybe also in 1, but I saw 2 recently. The boy isn't that bad.
Well, he wasn't bad at all in the first one, I don't think.
I can't really remember what he does. But then
exactly.
In the second one, he does get his foot caught in a bear trap, which is so
honestly,
irritating.
I really hated him.
I was like, why would you do that?
Yeah. Like, honestly, the girl, we know... Come on, bro. Who does that anymore?
Come on, bro. It's a bear trap.
Like, don't walk into a bear trap.
It's so simple.
Common sense.
You can either be in a bear trap or not be in a bear trap.
And he chose to be in it.
It's such a dumb thing.
God. How did he survive that long?
Yeah, I don't know, actually. His legs should have been mulched.
Sorry.
I
don't know, his leg spaghetti.
But the girl...
but the thing is, we knew the girl was going to be really irritating. I think the guy...
He didn't really annoy me. I'm joking about the bear trap thing.
He took me by surprise in a very negative way.
What did he do?
Well, bear trap, first of all. Then, he decides to, when he's told, stay here... He, of course, needs to go explore. Yeah. Then he finds, like, a dead body. Like, probably...
Spoilers.
What?
Yeah, that was really bad.
Brings a monster in.
And that's the problem with the girl as well. They both are obsessed with going against the fundamentals of your world.
Of your reality.
You are, like... The one thing you shouldn't do is, like, disobey what your parent tells you and go off and stop opening doors. There's always a dead body behind it. There's always... some kind of corpse or some kind of bell that'll ring. It always happens. Just, I know it sucks, but just stay put where Emily Blunt told you to be, and none of this would have happened probably.
Yeah. Emily Blunt had a baby in this reality with one, like, right on top of her, right? And she still survived.
Yeah, because she's smart, unlike you, children.
This is such a mean episode.
Yeah. I mean, again, you could also say, like, for the movies world that, they're kids and but it feels kind of... The movie also rewards this stupidity where it's like, it's actually good she did that because she finds people. And it's like, okay, it's great saving people.
That's a coincidence.
Congrats. Good on you. Like, I know you want to do nice things, but also your fucking mom could die so easily because of this, and the baby and your brother and everyone. So, like, I get it's noble and whatever, but also shut up.
But also be quiet.
But yeah, and then the daughter from Jack Reacher 2. I can't remember exactly what she does.
Is she even the daughter? Isn't she just some young girl who tags along?
Oh, is she?
I don't think she's daughter material.
I don't think Cruise would choose her.
I don't think he'd allow her to be his daughter.
You're right.
I think she's just some random kid who was
getting hunted by some mercenaries or something. Yeah. But I remember the most annoying thing is she calls someone... No, she uses a credit card when Cruise is like, we're fucking hiding out from the... I'm cursing a lot, I'm sorry. Like, we're hiding out from, like... people who can track us by, like, any possible means. Stay here, don't do anything. She's like, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna use my credit card.
She's like, no, but you remember what she does it for? She gets room service. And it's like, dog. It's like, Cruise comes back, just raises his hands. Dog,
come on. Throws 3 pans at her.
So it was just, shame on you, daughter, and Jack Reacher 2 is not really a daughter.
Not good. I've got one.
Go for it.
You've seen the Taken franchise?
No.
Have you not seen the Taken?
What a false statement you just started with.
Well, you want to. Just roll with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Wow.
The daughter.
More daughters. I promise the rest of these aren't daughters, by the way, because this is just a...
Yeah. She's the most spoiled little brat in the world. So, like, Neeson, obviously very, very handsome and amazing.
Just a side note.
Comes in, like, at her birthday. He's like, I got you this and this. And then he's divorced from the mother of the girl. And then her new husband brings in, like, a horse or something. And then, this ticked me off. She's got the most absolutely ludicrously terrible run in cinema history. No, she flings her arms.
It's a bit of a meme. We don't want to be mean, not everyone can be
athletic,
FDK gaming.
That is true.
Running
ability. Yeah. FDK gaming running boy.
I mean, to be fair,
my second channel.
Ezra Miller's The Flash also is a terrible runner. He also flops his arms like crazy. But also, by the way, there's a fucking truck for some reason outside.
We're talking about Liam Neeson's daughter here. It's just your dad mowing the lawn with his mouth.
You picked a better time?
What the shit?
Yeah, well, and so I assume she likes the horse more than Neeson's present.
Yeah, she drops Neeson's present, and then she gets taken, and she's like, Dad.
And
like,
Neeson's
who gets taken these days, right?
Should have liked the present.
Yeah, well, so she also lies about going to Paris and stuff like that, and staying in people's like apartments that aren't actually there, and then she gets taken. So it's through her own stupidity that Neeson has to get his hands grimy.
As is often the case. Neeson's hands are rarely not grimy. Yeah, she does sound a bit Jack Reacher 2 kid-esque.
Yeah.
Just kind of spoiled and not really thinking about anything.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good.
Yeah, sorry you got taken, but also should have enjoyed the present more.
Yeah, should have not gone to Paris.
Good life lessons there. Well, speaking of... this might be number one for me.
Okay.
Potentially. Tyrese Gibson in the Fast and Furious franchise is the most irritating character. And by the way, we have to talk about Fast and Furious 9 sometime. Like, in depth.
Okay.
Because I have
you've seen
so
it.
much to say.
Right. There was something you had to tell me.
I think maybe we do that now, actually. Because I need to do this. I need to get this off my chest.
Okay.
Okay, spoiler alert for Fast and Furious 9. We're going to take a quick detour.
Yeah.
But I need to tell Freddie something.
All right. Can I just say little prelude?
Yeah.
I got texted, my man, what the just saw something crazy. Like, just out of nowhere. It's not often you text me this.
I see very ordinary things.
Yeah. And then you were panicking slightly. And you're like, I can't believe what I've just seen. It's turned my world upside down. Help me, hold my hand, blah, blah, blah. Go.
I think you're paraphrasing a little.
I'm just reading between the lines.
Yeah. Basically, after the movie, I had to text you. I was like, there is the most mind-bendingly strange cameo in F9 you will ever... okay. Anyways, yeah, spoilers for Fast and Furious 9, but it's just a cameo, and we'll have to talk more about the movie in depth sometime, because there's so much... Once you've seen it, there's so much to talk about.
Okay.
But at one point, this girl who is the key to unlocking this nuclear whatever, plot device, she's been kidnapped by the bad guys. So they're sitting in this transport truck. And the way it was done, too, was so horrific. So she's just sitting there in her handcuffs, and the camera slowly pans over, and her guard is Francis Ngannou. UFC heavyweight champion. And it was just such a weird shot of, like, it just slowly kind of lazily moves towards, and just Francis is sitting there with a giant gun. And I legitimately looked at Yassine, and we both just, like, burst out laughing. I screamed a little bit. I was like, what the...
I imagine you going, ah!
Because I'm so used to seeing him in, like, other contexts, and I was just not expecting it in the slightest. Like, f***ing Cardi B makes a cameo earlier, it's like, okay, she's a rapper, whatever, like that. And then f***ing Francis Ngannou shows up. And then the worst part is, he has a fight scene with Han. Francis Ngannou beats the shit out of Han.
Okay, I was gonna say, if he got beat up by...
I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, if Han beats up Francis Ngannou, I'm going to...
sue this franchise.
Demand my money back. But so it's just basically like 3 minutes of Francis Ngannou just wailing on Han, and then Han sticks a bomb to him, unleashes his parachute, Francis Ngannou flies out and explodes. It's insane. Han blows up Francis Ngannou in the new Fast and Furious movie. You can see why this was so panic-inducing.
Mind-boggling stuff. God, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It was... Also, the girl, she, like, kicks Francis Ngannou's knee in. F***ing insanity. Anyway, Tyrese Gibson.
I need to process this a little bit. So they had...
Dude,
I still haven't processed that.
Han blew up Francis Ngannou.
Sounds like...
A fever dream?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be.
Actually, I've never seen Fast and Furious.
Who is Ngannou?
So, I mean, like, I get that he's also, like, wants to... he's a bit of a superstar.
Also, what? How is Han back again? Like,
yeah, they don't really explain that.
Do they not?
Well, they do, but it's the lamest explanation possible. They're just like, it's Mr. Nobody. And he's like, he has a way of making things look very real. It's like, okay. So, just a horrendous...
Mr. Nobody.
Anyway, yeah, we need to talk about Fast and Furious 9 sometime. Just a tremendous experience. Actually, it was really bad. but there's a lot to talk about there.
There's lots to talk about. Okay.
But Tyrese Gibson. The funny thing is about Fast and Furious 9 is that, like, we talked about how Tyrese is, like, so annoying and whatever in the other movies. They doubled down. Like, they did exactly that, but more so. Like, he has exactly the same kind of quips. He does the same lines. He doesn't do anything on the level of...
word for word?
Yeah. He doesn't do Blanta. Like,
he doesn't do a Blanta.
Not that far.
Well, you'd hope he would. Just if you're gonna go...
Yeah, but he's always just saying some dumb shit and doing some dumb shit, and it's like... And also his, like, cool moments aren't cool at all. He's like... At one point, Ludacris is like, "Ooh, looks like you're compensating with your big car," and then he, like, does something cool with the car. He's like, "Now who's compensating?" It's like, still, who else would be that's not...
You are, Tyrese!
That line doesn't make any sense, Tyrese. And it's like, this isn't really a spoiler, but there's a whole running joke plot line of Tyrese being like, maybe we're invincible, because we've done all these things, but we haven't died. And it's so fucking bad.
You'd hope that he just dies at the end.
Like, it was the worst thing ever, because it's clearly meant to be like, haha, we're so funny because we know they're so unrealistic. But it's like, the movie, as we'll talk about when we review it, it already really genuinely suffers from the lack of stakes, like, more so than the others, where, like, because nothing means anything, it gets kind of boring. And so then they try to do this joke of, like, man, like, we survived so much, and it's like, Tyrese, you fool, or whatever. And it's like, but you wrote it. Like, you can't write the dumb shit and then be like...
And then make fun of it.
Yeah, and like, not in a fun, like, marvelly way. Like, genuinely, like, it's to the movie's detriment, and then you're like, haha, look at this. And then they try to use it for an emotional moment at the end where he's like, we're probably not invincible, but let's go do this thing that'll probably kill us. Of course, it doesn't kill them. Anyway, I did not like that movie very much. Anyway. Tyrese. But he's so...
Do you think that that little thing they had going with them being invincible would have worked better if it hadn't been Tyrese who delivered those
Potentially.
lines?
Dude, Ludacris, genuinely, I can't believe I'm saying this, is the most charismatic actor in that...
the world.
In that 9th movie. Because they got rid of The Rock, so there's no more charisma in those movies.
No Statham, no Rock?
No, yeah. Genuinely, Ludacris is the only one who, like, is kind of... Vin Diesel, I'm sorry, I'm sure you're a lovely guy. He's a terrible actor. I mean, in these at least. He's just... It's so lazy and such a... There's nothing to... There are no stakes and there's no charisma, so there's nothing to grab onto. Even in the previous ones, like, at least it was kind of fun because the characters are kind of fun. In this one, there's no one interesting in it, so it's just fucking... I need to rant about...
It's Blanta, some might say, but not in the Black Santa, but more in the... It's just really bland.
That's
Blanda.
Very true. Blanda. So, anyway, I'm sorry. I've gone off on a really mean tangent about Fast and Furious, but let's get meaner and talk about Tyrese some more. But, yeah, he's just... I don't know. He's meant as the comic relief. Mm-hmm. I'm sure lots of people find him very funny. That's fine.
But those people have not watched Rick and Morty.
But those people are not familiar with BoJack. But, no, just not for me. Not my cup of tea. I find him quite irritating. Go ahead.
Fair enough. Well, it sounds mean, I guess, because we've also talked about her a bunch on this pod. Kaya Scodelario in... Okay, she's down in the speed round, but...
Yeah. Had to do it to him.
Yeah, we'll talk about her more then, but, like, God...
Go ahead.
Okay, well, yeah, so Kaya Scodelario, not a great addition to the Pirates franchise, I'll say.
No.
Like,
that's a movie that has Thwaites
and that's in the movie. That really says... She makes Thwaites look like an Oscar-winning actor.
Yeah, we try not to be mean on the pod. Like,
the thing is, she's not even... Like, obviously she does some really annoying stuff, but it's not even... It's less so the stuff she does in the movie, it's more how badly she acts. It's just...
Yeah, I don't want
to be mean, but just...
As
Kaya,
someone
you might want to change profession.
As someone who's put in bad performances in film before, I feel like I can say a bad performance. It's just like... It's just so... I don't know if it's her fault. Like, I mean, obviously the writing is not great for a character, but it's just she's so unconvincing in everything she says, and like it seems so much like, I don't know. It's also because her plotline is so dumb, like associated with her character. Yeah, it's not a great one, is it?
It's not.
I mean, there's a reason Kaya Scodelario is a bit of a running meme on this channel.
Yeah, we don't make memes out of people for no reason. There's
where do you think Tyrese came from?
Yeah, please.
Kind of similar to Ezra Miller's Flash, but Harley Quinn. I've written Harley Quinn occasionally. We're seeing the Suicide Squad tonight, by the way, so hopefully she'll be better in that.
Do you find her annoying?
I think she's really good for the most, and like it's a good performance, but it's just sometimes when she has too much, I don't know,
screen time.
Like when she's not playing off of someone else more.
She's not a soloist.
Yeah, then it can get a little grating. Like, and that's the thing. That's why it's kind of tricky to put in here because it's meant to be sort of over the top cartoonish. I don't know.
Is that the stench of death?
Yeah,
that's my Harley.
She's still like in Suicide Squad. She has a few moments.
I'll say
like,
she's
nice
got a few.
Nice to meet ya.
I'll say like Stitch. I'll say I do like Harley Quinn, but I see the cringe moments you're talking about.
But still pretty good, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, unless you have one, I have.
Go for it.
I have some that we both, I think, can agree on. The Woody Harrelson twin in Now You See Me Too.
See, I read this, and I almost started laughing early in the pod. But what?
A very
so
confusing decision.
Confusing, definitely. Amazing, most definitely.
Like, who... it was definitely Harrelson's idea.
So, was it, like, who plays him? Who voices him?
What's the name of the guy who did the mocap for that character?
How did they get the hair to look so good on Harrelson's otherwise bald head?
It was definitely Woody's idea. Let's be honest.
Definitely. He said, I won't do this next movie
if
there's not two of me.
They were like, Woody, put down the drugs.
No!
He crawls like Gollum. But, like, it's such the moment in the film, and I'll never forget how, like, this is delivered, where he shows up and Harrelson, like, exasperatedly, he's like, everyone, this is my twin brother. And it's like,
what?
We looked at each other and we were just like, how? Like, it's one of those moments where, because the first Now You See Me is kind of like, it's a fun romp. It's like a normal, like, it's a mainstream movie, you know what I mean? This feels like one of those moments where, kind of like when Elton John shows up, or like all the inside jokes
it's imploded on itself.
Well, yeah, where it's like, the mainstream public would be like, what the am I watching? You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we're the only ones who think that, but like...
Well, I'll say, I do not hate this character.
I thought it was what the was I watching?
I don't hate this character as much as you're hating him.
It's just, I mean, it's more the concept that I find...
It's more the fact that they'd allow two Woody Harrelson faces like, in one movie.
I don't remember exactly what he does except for that conversation they have where he's like, does it worry you? You have more hair in your nose than you do on your head. Remember that part? It's classic Harrelson.
I don't remember that
But you
part.
can picture him.
I can definitely picture it, but...
But it's... I think it was because it was just like taking... It was adding time to the movie just for these random comedy scenes.
Granted, amazing comedy scenes.
Granted, the greatest scenes in movie history.
But still a waste of time.
Not a fan, but it was very amusing, though. I will grant you.
I'll say, I won't be with you on this one, because
Fair enough.
Yeah. So what are some other ones? You just keep going.
Okay. Okay. Then we have a lot of characters from Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. This is less about the characters, though, and more about the films in general are just annoying. They're just neon headache-inducing nightmares where Jim Carrey's the Riddler and Tommy...
Is this where Clooney is Batman?
Yeah, and also Val Kilmer. And, like, that's not annoying, but, like, that's kind of the opposite of annoying.
That's kind of really good.
Epic, I would say. But they have, like, Two-Face, Tommy Lee Jones, and he's just screaming, and it's... Yeah. Like, Arnold is kind of fun, I guess, but Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones especially, I just found so... annoying, gave me a migraine, question mark?
Serious headaches?
Yeah. Then, well, let's see, because I think we'll go through a few more, and then I just have a giant speed run where I think we'll just say them, say their names, but, like, Jennifer Lawrence as Raven is initially a very, very good performance.
Yeah.
But in the later ones...
Well, didn't she... I mean, I don't hate Jennifer Lawrence in real life, but didn't she start being all, I had to spend so much time in makeup and stuff like that? Do you think that's kind of led to the kind of half-assed performance?
Definitely. But you can tell, I mean, like, Days of Future Past, First Class, she's very good. Apocalypse feels a little more phoned in.
Yeah.
And Dark Phoenix, legitimately, I'm like, it was just so, I don't know, I'm not trying to be that guy of, like, you make so much money, your life is so easy, celebrity, but, like, you're getting paid so much money to be in this movie for about 20 minutes maybe, and you're in the makeup for like half of that. You can act like you don't like want to shoot yourself, Daniel Craig, James Bond style. I mean, it was just so lazy, and it's like, because she is a great actress, and it was just like, what are you, too good for this franchise? Like, come on, you're getting paid millions for this. It's just...
How much do you think she got paid for that role?
I don't know, probably
Probably 650,000 kroner.
Probably 50 euro.
I get why she phoned it in then.
But yeah, I don't know. That's a bit of a complicated one. But Dark Phoenix, Raven, a bit of a stinky one.
Bit of a stonker.
I've grouped these two together because they have a similar theme of espionage. Mater in Cars 2 and Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect 3. Because Mater in Cars 2, I don't know, it's not the worst thing ever, like a lot of people say, but it is definitely like
I like Cars 2 the most of all the cars, we'll just say.
That is confusing. But
Mater
just
is just
average intelligence.
Average intelligence, yeah.
It was also, I guess maybe a little less the character and more that the movie was centered around a character who was fine as a side character. He has, I don't really find him funny, but I get how he's, a funny addition to a kid's movie. But then when you make him the main character, it's just annoying. And then,
so was he the proper main character of that one, or was he paralleling with?
I don't think there was a McQueen story in Cars 2, which any movie should have a McQueen story.
Yeah, the Chipmunks, a McQueen story,
and kind of. Fat Amy in Pitch Perfect 3, a little bit similarly, not that the film is completely focused on her, but that she get this entire ridiculous plot line. And she started off, in the first one, she's pretty funny, and the second one, a little less so. They kind of do the gimmick a little hard. Yeah, a little bit. And then the last one, they just completely
just make it so dumb and she's a spy, and she got all the ninja moves and stuff. In fairness, she can do nunchucks in real life. Have you seen that?
No.
I forget what the actress is actually called. I always refer to her as Fat Amy.
Rebel Wilson.
Yeah. Well, she could do proper nunchuck moves in real life, so maybe.
Fair play to you.
Fair play, but
still a bad
still a bad play.
Yeah. Then all of the Fantastic Four from 2015. It's just because they're all such mopey. No, not those. See, Gruffafoot I like. I can appreciate.
See, Gruffafoot I love.
Dude, I genuinely think that's a pretty decent cast, even if their movies are super goofy. But Chris Evans, Gruffafoot, Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis, they fit the characters pretty well.
Michael Woman not have?
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. I'm glad you corrected me on that.
You're welcome. I'm here.
I would have looked like a fool otherwise. Smacks. But then in the 2015 one, they're all such mopey assholes, and it's so uninteresting, and Miles Teller's just I'm a scientist. I don't know why that's my default character I don't like voice, but they're all just sad and frowning and mean to each other. And the funny thing is, at the end, when they're supposed to now we're a team, then fucking I don't know if you've seen it, but at the end, then the Thing, who's he's the whole movie, his whole arc, if you can call it that, has been I'm a horrible monster. I feel terrible at being a monster, whatever. And at the end, when they're we're a team and camaraderie, he's what should we call ourselves? And then Michael B. Jordan is just we should be the three guys and that ugly fucking hunk of monster that no one wanted. And it's what the? It's the second to last line in the movie, and it's not meant as a joke. It's not a kind of he looks at him with hatred in his eyes. I'm
goodness,
what?
Michael.
They're just so mean to each other. And I even like Michael B. Jordan in that movie, but it's
what a slam dunk.
But I low-key want to find this clip because it's so funny because of where it comes in the film. It's the big triumphant Avengers style ending, and it's just
We're a team now. How about two guys, a girl, and the thing that nobody wanted?
so brutal.
He says it like he's Killmonger.
Yeah, that's you, Ben. I hope you die.
Jesus.
So yeah,
that's so mean.
What the hell, Johnny? Also, this ending is so fucking bad anyway, where they're I got a name. Are you ready for the name that I have? And then it cuts in Fantastic Four. Anyway.
I had a character just now, and I've forgotten him. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
The Bee from Bee Movie.
The main guy?
The main guy.
The Jerry Seinfeld Bee?
The Jerry Seinfeld Bee. Fuck me. What a terrible, terrible thing.
I can kind of see it.
It's just the voice as well. Seinfeld, I know he's a great comedian, but he's just got the most annoying voice.
It's a bit harsh. We don't like to go after people on this podcast, but this guy has the most annoying voice.
It's also because the movie's just so bizarre.
And so headache-inducing as well.
And that somehow is... Yeah, it's not good. Not much to say, but just, god damn it, why did B-movie have to happen?
Yeah, and it's also because his character's always doing weird Seinfeld-esque stand-up jokes.
Yeah.
It's just,
what did a bee doing in your soup?
Yeah, direct. That's
Meh! Becomes the goat.
only line in that movie. Well, similarly, the Chipmunks, I would say, from Alvin and the Chipmunks, just had to throw them in there because, it's...
Do you not like the Chipmunks?
I liked them as a kid, I think, but then...
But then I grew up and accepted reality.
Chipmunks don't actually sound like that.
Chipmunks don't talk. What are you talking about?
I think the best parts of those movies is, what's his name? David Cross.
I love
Pretty
David
epic,
Cross in
but
those movies.
I think it's also just because there was a time period where there were chipmunkified versions of every single song.
That is true.
And I might have enjoyed
I might have enjoyed a few of the bangers. But when I got to my 620th one, I had a I was going to say a euphemism. That's not the word. I had
an awakening.
Not urethra. It's
no, okay. And I know a eureka.
Eureka,
moment?
that's the one.
Yeah.
I had a urethra moment.
Yeah. Don't we all? But I mean, I enjoyed those films as a kid. I think at least the first couple. But like looking back at some of it now, I'm like, F me, turn it off. Maybe I'm just an old man.
I think so.
And then final kind of big one we'll talk about here: the old ladies from Mamma Mia.
Oh my god!
Meryl Streep's friends, who are the horniest motherfuckers in the world. Like literally every line, they're just like, "Look at that man over there. I bet I could." That was way too far.
I bet he could.
No, we have to. I probably bleep all of this because that's way too explicit. But like, yeah, they're all just like horn dogging out. It's just like uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable, but just like it gets so old. Like it's just like basically it comes down to just a joke getting old. But it's just funny that like it's these people who they just talk about sex and whatever. It gets old real fast. But anyway, now it's time for a quick all speed round. That's probably really annoying to the viewers. I'm sorry.
But do more.
And also, firstly, I'll just say some of these that I didn't think of, but are just from Google. So you can just give your quick thoughts on here.
Right.
What Google wrote as like the most annoying characters. Jar Jar Binks. I see it.
I see it.
Irritating.
Irritating voice. Just I'm not a huge Star Wars guy, so
bad presence in the film. Just not a good thing. Anakin from the prequels, especially in the second one, where he's like, they killed them, the children, the whatever. Bah. It's classic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like sand. Still, yeah, I like how the prequels are getting like they're actually amazing because the people who grew up with them are now like getting older.
Yeah,
and they're like, but they're bad.
They're not good.
In my, it's an opinion, but I still think like it does not compare. Yeah, just because you grew up with them doesn't mean they're good. And I know people can immediately throw back 1,000 things that we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about here, but
it's the most hypocritical thing we've ever said.
but
they're pretty bad. And Anakin is, from the dialogue to also the performance, no hate on Hayden Christensen. He seems like a lovely dude.
What else is he in?
Brick House. I think it's called something like that.
Brick House.
I don't know. It is definitely an annoying character at times. Bella Swan from Twilight.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen Twilight.
But like
you can kind of. I guess you can see it.
You can guess that.
Willie Scott from Indiana Jones 2. We talked about this.
We did talk about her.
Ruby Rod. Chris Tucker from Fifth Element, who's like screaming and stuff, and he is like a.
I quite like Chris Tucker, but.
No, I love Chris Tucker, but apparently that's a really annoying character.
Okay.
Sergeant Dignam Wahlberg from The Departed. I don't know why this was on their list.
Sergeant Dignam. That's such a
random thing, and he's not annoying. I mean, he's just a character in the movie. Like he does some bad things, but he's not irritating. So anyway, I just put that in because I thought it was interesting. Sam Witwicky from Transformers.
Oh, that I see.
Very accurate. Yeah.
That was my Sam Witwicky.
Very irritating, and I don't know. I do like the LaBouffe, and I think he puts in. I think he's a good performance, but like he is annoying, and it's like, but too much. I don't know. Anyway, Scrappy Doo. Scrappy Doo put in there. Joffrey and Skylar White. They're not from movies, so I guess we'll kind of skip over them. But so that
I'd also add Sansa to that list, but go on.
Yeah, those are the ones from Google. And now just a quick speed round of other ones that I came up with. Danielle from New Mutants, the main girl. Can't remember why, but just kind of irritated me.
I'd say
probably performance.
The Russian one was worse.
Okay, fair enough. I was gonna say it was kind of like Scodelario-esque, but yeah, no offense. Sorry. Tommy in Rocky 5, the guy. It's just so irritating.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Maxwell Lord from Wonder Woman 84. He just
I still can't get over that name.
Screaming and I will give you your wish. So annoying. Tony Stark in Iron Man 2. I get it.
Bit of a dick.
He thinks he's dying and so he goes off the rails. It's part of the character, but he's so annoying sometimes and so obnoxious that it kind of like, it ruins my life essentially.
It ruined your day when you saw that movie.
100%. Fat Thor. More concept-wise irritating and how like they try to add in these jokes that aren't really that funny to Endgame and it kind of again, ruined my life. No, it kind of takes away, I feel like, a little bit from Endgame, and that annoys me. But the character itself isn't super annoying. Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Tafaz and Black Widow.
I was going to talk about this as well, but
we've mentioned her. Just very annoying, and I hope Captain America cuts her head off with a shield.
Yeah.
Pretty harsh, but I'm sorry.
That's Mackie you want to do
dude,
that.
That'd be sick.
God, he just flings it.
And then he eats it. The shield, that is.
He catches it with his mouth. Just leaves a huge dental imprint.
But, just annoying. And, I mean, I guess we'll see more of her. But, yeah, so far, not a fan. I get you're not supposed to be, but more so than I guess you are not supposed to be. Queenie from Fantastic Beasts 2. Yeah. Those two main characters from Valerian. Elton John in Kingsman 2. Spielberg from the movie Spielberg. I just included this.
So mean.
Okay. I put this in as a bit of a meme and a bit of a throwback, because we used to mention that relatively often, but no, Spielberg's lovely. The woman who tries to make Hugh Jackman unfaithful in The Greatest Showman.
I haven't seen The Greatest Showman.
Mostly for her horrible acts towards Hugh Jackman's marriage. Anyway, God, sorry, I thought this built up for a long time.
I can tell. You needed to get that off your chest.
Lex Luthor from Batman v Superman. The crazy guy in Independence Day 2. Jai Courtney in Terminator 5. Minions. Both characters from Hot Pursuit.
Minions.
Jamie Foxx, Nerd Electro. Everyone from Into the Woods. I have a lot of just really harsh ones where just every character. Darcy in Thor 2. I mean, I don't hate her as much as everyone. Pirates 4 Scrum, whatever that guy was called.
You don't like Scrum?
Not a fan. Everyone from Couples Retreat. Beverly Hills Chihuahua.
Wait, what? Wait a minute, pause.
They're just all horrible.
You don't like Favreau lubricating himself.
I didn't say his acts were horrible.
Just his face.
Remember that scene where they're in that like snowy place or whatever, and he's like, I can't remember what they talk about, but they're just like, Vaughn is just the worst human being, and they're all just awful, and they should get divorced because they're all terrible and they don't deserve anyone.
That's
pretty harsh. But
that is kind of harsh. But
they're pretty. Vaughn should have gotten eaten by that shark, is what I'm trying to say.
That little cut he got should have been fatal.
Yeah, he's like, everyone's been in a car accident. Have you ever been chased by a shark? I don't think so. And it's like, Vaughn. So yeah, anyway, that it's fact. It's there now.
Okay.
The Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I like how you accepted that. The Beverly Hills Chihuahua. I saw it as a kid. I don't remember anything about it, but I feel like it annoyed me. Cat in the Hat. Irritating laugh. I mean,
Cat in the Hat. Irritating movie. I won't lie.
It's a kind of epic movie, but it's also he's like, or whatever his line is. That wasn't it at all.
The Cat in the Hat's main line is just a shriveled cough.
It's just a weird moan.
So what noise is the Cat in the Hat known for?
He does that thing. Oh no, he does like a wheeze. He's like, remember that?
This is so weird.
That was good. That was a good.
He does do the wheeze slap. He's like,
it's like a horrible Jim Carrey nightmare. And then most of the main characters in Gone with the Wind, I just can't remember a lot. Rhett Butler is terrible, a terrible guy from memory, and the main girl, although she goes through a lot, is also kind of irritating. I don't know, I don't really remember it, to be honest. Anyway, that's that. Bit of a mini-pod today. That's what we have for you. And now it's time for...
the Cnews.
Hasty typing.
Hasty cruise.
Rebecca Ferguson shares sweet post with Tom Cruise as she wraps Mission Impossible 7 a year plus into filming. What did she say? I bet she said, Tom Cruise definitely isn't insane and definitely didn't threaten to eat my husband. And that's a wrap for me on MI7. Thank you to my wonderfully talented and tolerant team.
Tolerant team.
That's not really a super... What did it say? Super sweet? Shares sweet post with... I mean, it's not that sweet. It's like... Thank you for tolerating me, everyone.
I guess it's because Cruise is there.
Cruise
is looking old.
That's mean.
But true.
He looks pretty good for a man his age. He looks great for a man his age. There's a whole meme
that
about
is
like
true.
He doesn't age. But yeah. But I guess, yeah, the photo is sweet. Anyway, good for you, Rebecca Ferguson. Congrats on finishing that. I know you're listening.
So good on you, Rebecca.
And now it's time for the announcements and such recorded a little while from now. Take it away, us. Also, by the way, this was recorded on August 10th, 2021, so if something's out of date, that's why.
Sorry.
Also, real quick, BHL from the future, because I'm an absolute muppet, I forgot to include the comments to talk about in our little notes there, so we don't talk about the comments this week, but we'll get to them next week. Sorry about that. I am BHL Muppet Man. Okay. And we're back for the announcements and such segment. I got Freddie on the phone.
No, what? You idiots!
Freddie's in person again.
Yes!
Let's go!
Yes!
Yeah, so Freddie's here.
So, yeah, it's pretty...
It's alright.
It's pretty good.
We've had better.
Although, 2 weeks in a row.
That's not bad, you know?
Don't get used to it.
Yeah.
But
count your blessings.
But it's
Freddie's
coming
here.
home, boys.
First announcement. The UFC 259 reaction video back up on the channel.
Oh, is it?
So go check that out.
Lovely.
I had to edit out 1 minute of the Piotr Aljo fight because for some reason that was the only thing that got copyrighted. But it's back up now. So,
brilliant.
So feel free to check it out.
Yeah.
Then GC Green sent in legitimately one of my favorite pieces of fan art we've had in a while.
You sent this to me, and I
No. This is a different thing.
Oh, what?
Yeah. So this is from Pod 92, I believe. Characters we could beat up. It's Olaf
my
in
God.
John Wick.
What the hell?
So good.
This is so good.
Genuinely really well drawn.
No, yeah, like, this is so well made. What the hell?
Yeah, this is wonderful. And it's Olaf just with all of the John Wick guns from the poster being pointed at him. So
Nice.
excellent stuff. Thank
Good
you, GC. Brilliant. You always know when GC sends in some fan art.
It's gonna be
banger.
good. Yeah.
Then I feel like I have to talk about, I have to address this real quick. Address the nation real
Okay.
quick.
Here's a presidential message from Hudson. Go.
I did change the BHL outro music.
See, I saw something like, was it on the fan page where it was like,
Probably.
what's that about the new
Gotten
outro?
some questions, and it's just,
I haven't heard this yet.
yeah.
Can I hear it?
No.
Oh.
No, it's way worse than the other one.
Why did you
But
change it?
It's because, look,
It's because I love content.
not that I've had any problems, but I did get to thinking, it is like a song, like a copyrighted song. And again, not that I have had any or expect to have any, but if for some reason someone decided to go after that, if it's in all of my content ever, and like I know I've used copyrighted stuff in all my content, like, you know, fair use and all that, but the thing that it's in every single video, I thought, at the very least for some videos, I should, you know, use
I
some
see.
copyright-free YouTube music. So it's way worse.
I really want to hear it.
Well, I'll find it.
Find it.
It's trash. I mean, I shouldn't say that.
This is your own outro.
It was the best I could find.
This is not bad.
I mean, it does sound a bit like the intro to like a Western themed porno. Come on, you hear that? Come on. But hey,
BHL Hudson is the cockslinger.
but I also thought it was kind of nice to see people notice because like people don't stay till the outro, but apparently they do.
They do.
So
And now it's ruining it.
so hey, we'll see what happens. But I just thought at least for some videos I
It's
should.
become your biggest controversy.
Yo,
Thoughts on the BHL outro? Because it's kind of trash.
but also we still keep it you doing it on the pod, and I assume that can't get copyrighted because it's so
Surely not.
It's so bad that it could be any song.
I can start to.
It's not necessarily that
What?
song.
What the What an attack on my person.
We just got, for legal reasons, it's not even that song.
Yeah,
it's Freddie's original.
No, I
tune.
composed that.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
You make me sound like such an elephant.
Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Anyway, then on the fan page, let's just pull this up. And I believe, if this is the only thing on the fan page, that's fair enough because it is genuinely. Let's see. Oh no! Firstly,
Oh yeah.
another great thing: Tom Cruise eating Peter's wife.
Peter's wife.
So good.
I love it.
And also Green Griff's comment: Cian, you're stepping over the line, pal.
Put your manners back in.
Take the responsibility for what you would have. So just an excellent fan art. I love this. And
And I love the community. They commented.
Yeah.
They're liking it.
And also people stay till the announcements and such.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good stuff.
And then that's the theme of this. People actually listen to our things. The video that I'm about to play here on the pod as well. Genuinely, and shout out to Cian because he sent it to me. I was like, hey, is it cool if I post this? Because it's like it's an edit that makes me look a bit goofy. And he was like, hey, if you don't want me to post this, like it's all good.
Respectful.
Yeah.
Although in future, just always post it. It's always really fun.
I appreciate that, Cian, but genuinely, this was the hardest I've laughed at like a meme in like a while.
It's so good.
It's so funny. So yeah, let's just pull this up. And so, much to the surprise of, I'm guessing, a lot of people, I'm a furry.
I'll give Zootopia a 9.3 out of 10.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
I'm a furry.
And then it's made so... I'll give Zootopia a 9.3 out of 10!
It's so good.
Also, the most horrendous thing, because I sent it to Lele, respond like laughing face, then he was like, "Are you?" And I was like, Lele, it's an edit.
Yes. Lele, yes.
Obviously. Yeah.
What did this video not tell you?
So just to be clear, for those who don't know, that is an edit of me making fun of you for being a furry. Not, by the way, also to be clear, not that there's anything wrong with being a furry.
I'm not a furry either.
If you know-
If anyone's a furry, you're the furry. You've just said it.
So, we don't want to...
You're there on recording saying you're a furry. It's happening.
Not trying to shame anyone, just not for the two of us. But,
Well, I mean, with some convincing, I can do it.
okay, I'm not trying to shame anyone, and Freddy is part of your community, as it has been established in this.
Which arguably shames the community more.
Yeah, you being part of it. But yeah, no, just a hilarious edit. Yeah, great. Great splicing of clips, I have to be clear. That was a splicing of clips.
That was good. Good.
But yeah, good stuff.
Splicing of clips.
And then, yeah, I think that's it for this week. So, the pod fan pages are linked down below. And also, you can check out the Poorly Planned Podcast TikTok run by Kian.
All right.
Also, we're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star rating. And if you're listening there, we're on YouTube, the Poorly Planned Podcast. Hit subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment about what you thought about what we talked about. And yeah, now back to the pod.
Baboon.
Wow, I can't
Yo,
believe...
can you believe that Rebecca Ferguson ate Tom Cruise? Following him being... Yo, that's not a sweet post. That's a weird post. And she ate him.
And then Michael B. Jordan was like, what the f***?
Nobody likes you.
I hate you.
I hate you and your rocky stature.
God. Well, thank you very much for listening to this episode. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com. God, I am a sweaty boy.
Me too. God damn. Well, you can find this sweaty boy. This is getting really...
Yeah, kind of awkward. No.
kind of erotic.
Yeah.
On Twitter at FDK_DaltSniper. You can find me on Instagram at FDalgard. And you can find me on YouTube at FDK_iGaming.
Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
What are you, a thing?
The classic Michael B. line.